All right. Hi, everybody. I'm Jenna Lee. Today is Monday, the 29th of July. A massive warm welcome to you all. This is our Empowered Women Shine Brighter event. And tonight you're going to hear from a few amazing women who aren't just making an income, but making a massive impact. I think what's really special about what we're doing tonight and about the women that you're going to hear from tonight is that they're all real. You know, we're all raw, we're all vulnerable, we're all honest. We don't tend to hold back a lot. So I will warn you, this event is definitely not sugar coated. Now, in that process of really digging deep and sharing with you some of our lessons and our journey and definitely some of the gifts that we've acquired along the way, we do have a united vision, and that is to give you some inspiration to be more, some inspiration to feel more, some inspiration to grow more and to be brighter and to really reach your potential. And I think for some of you watching, that might mean leveling up in your finances. It might mean leveling up in your personal relationships. It might mean doing better as a mom or doing better as a partner or a friend.
My earphones in. I want to watch this, but I also have to listen to this work call. It only goes for 20 minutes.
Why didn't you do some
themselves? Okay, I think I've got that sorted. Sorry about the interruption. So I was saying, I think for some of you that might be leveling up in different areas of your life. And I know for me that when I started on this journey, it meant not just finding one or two areas that I needed to level up in, it was figuring out who the hell I was to begin with. Because I think there is so much focus on, you know, sort of identifying all these different areas of our lives that we want to do better, when a lot of the time as women, we sort of grow up not even knowing who we were to begin with. And I know a question that's really plagued me up until joining this amazing community and this amazing business is, who am I? How did I get here? And where on earth am I going? So I guess no matter who you are or what journey you're on, or, you know, whether it's this journey or another journey in your world, tonight's event is really about showing you how it looks and how it feels to be empowered and shine brighter. Now, along with this vision that we have to give you inspiration and to empower you on this journey, the women that you're going to hear from tonight, including myself, were brought together by a truly unique health transformation program. Now, one of the many things within the program that I love that we share with our families is the focus on helping people get back to their health, helping people get back to their vitality, and really bringing families back to the simplicity and the power of whole food. You know, our program educates and provides resources that gives family that healthy food culture that I feel like is really more commonly missing than it is present. So on top of the program, we've partnered with an amazing company that provides a whole food nutritional support product. And now it's family friendly, it's vegan, like I said, it's 100% whole food, and it's really bridging all those nutritional gaps that are missing. So we're really on a mission to transform lives from the inside out, and we do believe that what we eat today determines who we become tomorrow. And that didn't really mean a great deal to me until I became a mum. I think at that point I sort of hit a corner, and I'll go into my story a little bit later on, but I did have this moment of realization that I needed to equip my family and my babies with the building blocks they needed to fuel themselves efficiently. And I definitely learned a really hard lesson that I had to lead by example and also know how to do that. So through our program and our health products, our nutritional support, I was able to do that. But tonight, we're really here to share with you how this mission has transformed our lives. So if you do want to know more about our program and our health products, don't hesitate to reach out. We'll be more than happy to forward you some information on that. Now, before I start rambling on more and more, I'm actually going to pass it over to Dale, and she's going to share some of her journey. She's going to tell us a little bit about what life was like before this mission and this adventure and some of the trials, tribulations, and goals she's kicked along the way. So Dale, I'm going to unmute you and spotlight you if I can figure out how to do that. There we go.
Hey. Hey, thanks so much. So honoured to be on here tonight sharing a bit of my story. I've been involved with this beautiful community now for a little over 2 years, coming up to 2.5 years. I'm a mum of 4, and I've been a stay-at-home mum when I started this business for about 6 years. And I loved it. You know, there's no greater reward in life than really being a mom and being able to be present at home with the kids. And that was something I was hugely passionate about. I didn't want to go get a job, put the kids in childcare. It just wasn't my values. So we were very blessed. But obviously being at home for such a long time, and like I said, we're a family of 6, it comes with its challenges financially. You know, we were on one income, and we were having to talk about how we were going to just move forward more financially, and it just wasn't happening for us. We don't own our own home yet. We've got a lot of family overseas, and you know, our dreams and goals and desires of getting back home to see family, bringing family here, owning our own home, they just weren't coming anytime soon. And so we were looking for something, and I genuinely believed there was something out there that would work for me at home as a stay-at-home mom. And I just believed, you know, I put that out there, and a friend of mine contacted me about this, and I'm forever grateful that she did. And you know, at the time, like I say, it was a challenge week in, week out. You know, they talk about too much months left at the end of your money, you know, and that was definitely us, definitely on a budget. And it used to frustrate me every time I would go pay for my groceries and bills, moving money around, hoping there was money in the accounts. And it was just hard, you know, it was hard, and I'd had enough of it. So first of all, obviously financially, it's been an incredible support for us. You know, one of the first milestones in our business, first couple of milestones in my business, I was able to fly my mum over here and spend a significant amount of time with us. And that just for me was why I'm doing this, for us as a family. You know, those are our values. It's family, it's the quality of time that we spend together, and what those moments can bring. And being able to do that, just honestly, it makes me, you know, so emotional thinking about it, because you know, when you live at the other side of the world from family, that's what we want. We want more of those moments. But you know, along the way, it's just been incredible. You know, when I was at home with the kids, I did feel like I kind of lost myself a little bit. Certainly lost a lot of passion and purpose in my life. As much as being a mom was my purpose, I just needed something more. And I'm sure many of you can relate. You know, just something to stimulate my mind, feel like I'm showing up in a different way, having some adult conversation and all of those things. And so when I found this, it was really something that just lit me up. I found a way where I could actually be present with my kids and help others like me who were looking for contribution, who were looking for community, who were looking for a way to step outside of themselves and really find that, you know, that person that was lost so long ago. And that's really what it's been for me. You know, I would never get on a call like this and speak my story so boldly and confidently, but it's because of the journey that I've been on. You know, at the start, I was very skeptical. I had every excuse under the sun why I couldn't do this. I'm not confident enough. I'm too insecure. I'm too much of an introvert. I don't like talking to people, and all of these excuses. And you know, what I've learned along the way is I've actually got a big heart. I actually care for people, and I want to help people, and that shows up every day, you know. And when I realized that I could be on a journey, and that I could grow along the way. I didn't have to be like, you know, this person who does all these Facebook lives or does this and does that, because that's not my journey. And just looking back, you know, that journey of growth that I've been on, I'm forever grateful for that, because I do things now that I would never have done before. And that's incredible. And I know you mentioned, you know, generally there about your family and things like that, but this business can really impact all areas of your life. You know, when you start to believe in yourself that bit more, you start to dream those big dreams, you know, that really impacts how you show up in this world, you know, as a wife, as a mom, as a friend, you know, what you contribute to the world, and, you know, that spark and that sparkle that you bring, it makes a difference. And I absolutely love that. So even though I was afraid, even though I was skeptical at the start, you know, I always remember somebody saying, you know, if not this, then what? And that was really where I was at. You know, there was nothing else. I had no other option but just to give it a go. And I'm fully about what's the worst that can happen. You know, really, what's going to happen? I might give something a try. I might help a few people along the way, help people with the health. I might help people create a little bit extra income. I mean, it's pretty incredible, really, to think about it. But look, I'm forever grateful. I could talk all day about this. So I feel like I do need to hand it over to somebody else. But look, it's just that what if, you know, what if this is something that could just make a little bit of difference, or make a significant difference in your world? And it certainly has been for us. So I'm excited for the future. We've got some big dreams now. We're starting to dream a bit bigger as a family. And yeah, excited about where this is going to head. So yay.
Oh, babe, thank you so much for your share. Your energy is so contagious. Like, just, you can literally see your light coming through the screen. And I just related to so much of what you said. I love how, you know, you mentioned how this business really works in with your family and provides you all of those moments that you might not be getting otherwise. And then the personal growth that you've achieved along the way. And, you know, what you said about I would never have been doing, you know, events and whatnot. Oh, girl, like, that was me. You know, 3 years ago, if you told me I'd be online hosting an empowered women's event, I would have been like, no, you don't know me. So I love that I can relate to that, and I'm sure so many others on tonight and watching the recording would definitely feel that and that energy. So thank you so much for sharing. I'm now going to hand it over to Hannah. Hannah's going to also share with us some of her story. So Hannah,
Cool, thanks, Jenna. Amazing share, Dale. Definitely resonated with heaps of what you shared as well. So come here. So this is my son. In this business, we can do it around our children, as we were saying. I've been part of this beautiful community for almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years next month. And I believe that I actually manifested this into my life, as we do manifest all things in our lives. Hold on. Mama, put it on. Yeah, put it on. Yeah. Maybe put it on. Okay. Yeah, put it on. Come. Oh goodness. Okay. Oh, he wants me to put the blanket on. And I can't. Okay. And I was actually. Oh my gosh! I don't know if it's gonna work. Come here, please. We might have to skip the next person. Sorry.
Okay, Hannah. If you want to stand by and let us know if you want to jump on it.
I will. Thank you.
Okay, so. Right. Okay, so back to me, ladies, because we have unfortunately had one of our other key speakers had to pull out for a family emergency, but 100% mum life. And like the women have said tonight, this business is so adaptable, and it provides us with the flexibility to work around the family life. And I think it's really important to acknowledge that we can be more than mums, but we can still do that whilst being mums. So thanks, Heidi. And Hannah, if you want to put your hand up, and feel free to jump back in, because I'm sure we'd love to hear your story if you still feel like sharing. But I guess I will take this opportunity just to quickly do a huge shout out to the beautiful Kira Westwick. Not only did Kira create the amazing health transformation program that we use and that we provide all our clients, but she also created this event. So Kira, I want to say a massive thank you to you, babe, for constantly shining a light on us and inspiring us and pushing us forward into this space of empowerment and giving us the opportunity to share tonight. Now, I guess it's my turn to tell a little bit about my story. So like many others that you will hear from on other Monday night events and a couple of us tonight, this business has literally transformed my life in a multitude of ways. To keep it short, I guess, although we do have a bit of time, but I promise I won't bore you. I'll try not to. Before having kids, I spent my life literally running away from myself. I grew up in a broken home. I was bullied at school relentlessly. There was times I was homeless. I dropped out of school. I was always seeking ways to numb the emotional pain that I was in, and I pretty much propelled myself into adulthood with very little self-esteem. If it's possible to have zero self-esteem, I could almost put my hand up for that. So fast forward to my late 20s, I'd made several attempts to complete university degrees. I did manage to do a diploma. I worked in almost every industry you can think of that you don't need a degree for, and I was constantly feeling and fighting that weight of unfulfillment. And I was still on the run. I was running away from myself, and I was still trying to numb that pain in any way, shape or form. One day, very unexpectedly, I had my Mack truck moment. So I'm not sure if you're all familiar with that term. You know, sometimes life just slams you in the face with something with the speed and the force of a Mack truck. For me, that was finding out I was pregnant. So in that moment, I stopped running away. I stopped numbing the pain that I was in, and I vowed that I would not consume anything that could potentially hurt my unborn child. So against doctor's wishes, funnily enough, I did that. I went cold turkey on all my prescription medications, and I grew a baby. And I loved being a mum, but I knew that the greatest gift that I could give my child was to be the absolute best version of myself. And I had no idea how to do that. And then I fell pregnant with my son, and I had 2 kids under 2, and I was suffering terribly from postnatal depression and postnatal depletion. And at the time I had no idea what postnatal depletion was, which is another thing I've learned about through our health program. So as you can imagine, I'd taken this huge leap of, you know, really cleaning my life up and trying to be this person that I'd never even dreamt or imagined. I didn't know what it looked like to not be running away from myself, and having to face that, and then have these 2 little people and feeling really alone, because up until that point, I just surrounded myself with other people who were also constantly trying to run away from themselves. The one place that I got light from was my children, and that to me was a problem. How could I be the best parent I could be when they were shining light on me and not the other way around? So long story short, somebody suggested that I put my daughter and myself onto the health program and products that we use, because we were both suffering from physical ailments. Unbeknownst to the person recommending this to me, I was also quietly dying inside. And everything changed from the inside out. It wasn't really until I saw an event like this, like the one that you're watching tonight, and I heard other women sharing their stories, and I saw the vulnerability and I heard the pain and I felt the pain in their stories, and I could see myself in every single one of them that was sharing. The only difference was their eyes lit up when they spoke, just like Dale did before, and that energy was just flowing through the screen. And for the first time ever, I got a glimpse of empowerment and I was hooked. And that was 3 years ago. And in that time, I have literally transformed from that not confident person. I couldn't have a conversation with people. I felt like I had nothing to offer. Leaving the house was a massive task. I would literally be in tears, just weighed down with anxiety, to now working with a beautiful team of women that I get to go through all these trials and tribulations and goals. And the gift of what this community has given me personally is amazing. But the fact that I now get to share that upon others is even more special. So that is a little bit of insight into my story and why I feel so passionate about this Empowered Women Shining Brighter event, because it really hits me hard. It hits me really hard. So I am actually going to jump back to Hannah because I think she's ready to jump on now. So I'm really looking forward to hearing your story, Hannah. I'll unmute you. Oh, is that working?
Hi, you hear me? Okay, cool. Awesome. Yeah, so as I was saying, I manifested this. I definitely asked for something like this to come into my life. At the time that I came across this, I had just had my third baby, had just come off the back of a social work degree, and was also looking for an extra stream of income. And so, yeah, it kind of just fell into my lap, and I was like, wow, this is definitely what I've been looking for. And I also needed to get back, like Jenna was talking about, I definitely had postnatal depletion that I hadn't done much about from the first two children. And so by the time the third one came around, I definitely needed something like the program and products in my life, and it just changed my life massively. And as I said, I've got a social work background, but I really did come off the back of that degree believing that actually it wasn't for me in the sense of the traditional sense. My values didn't align with what I was seeing while I was doing that degree and while I was doing, but I knew that I wanted to do community development. I knew that I wanted to work with women. I knew that I wanted to work with mums and families. And so my vision when I saw this come up, it really sparked a vision of like, I can do that work, but on my own terms rather than being dictated by a system. And so 2 years down the track, I've been able to start giving back to my community now, and I've been able to do health workshops and things where I use, my knowledge that I've built from the program and from the community and the amazing people we get to work alongside who are, have years and years of professional experience in health and well-being and mindset and all sorts of stuff. So I've been able to start, really, my vision has definitely come alive, and vision has definitely been what's pulled me through the hard times, because I tell you, this business is not easy. It's very simple, but it's not easy. And I mean that in the sense of we have to grow. And like you've heard from a lot of women here tonight, the growth and the personal development is what is really incredible. And a lot of people say that this is it's like a personal development course wrapped up in a health and lifestyle business, because you really do have to go to work on yourself. In order for your business to grow, you have to grow. And that's definitely proven to be true with my journey. and it's really like it's mind-blowing how when you push your comfort zone, when you step outside and when you do something new that's uncomfortable at first, but on the other side of that is just pure magic. And it just, I say it's a real Kiwi thing. But buzzes me out every time I have a comfort zone, or give me more opportunities to show that I can, you know, stretch beyond my own limit, you know, my own beliefs, and show other people that they can do it too, because really we are leaders all here, and we're only paving the way for more to, and giving permission for more to do the same. And I'm extremely passionate about vision and mindset, because I think that that's like 90% of what we do. You know, the other 10% is, you know, pure mechanics and things like that. But really, if you get the mind and the vision right, you can do anything. And, you know, it sounds very cliche as well, but it's very, very true. And we get, you know, top leaders, we get top life coaches, we get incredible personal development coaches and workshops and events that come up for us that are almost always free, which is really amazing. And yeah, I just am so grateful to be part of this community, and to have grown into the woman that I am today, and to be continually growing. And showing my own daughter, you know, my daughter's 12 now, and we have incredible conversations, and she sees me, you know, having these conversations online and hearing all these amazing women sharing their stories. She hears all that positivity and that empowerment as well. So that drives me as well to continue to be a part of this movement, and to continue to push past my own bare stories, and continue to share my story and share my beliefs, and encourage others to do the same. So I will leave it at that and pass it back to Jenna. Thank you.
Oh, Hannah, I'm so glad that you got to jump on. You've just like spilled out pearls of wisdom. So thank you so much for giving all of us that insight. Oh, I just couldn't have said it better myself. And the personal growth, like that seems to be the running theme, right? And you're right, like we could not be successful without that growth, and that is where the magic happens. And I get really irritated when I see, you know, sort of signs up saying be fearless. No, that's not a thing. You can't be fearless. Courage is feeling the fear and doing it anyway. So girls, I just want to give you all such a massive and heartwarming thank you for joining me tonight and sharing your stories. For those of you who jumped on, or you might be watching the recording, if any of this is resonating with you, and like me a while ago, 3 years ago, you're sitting there thinking, oh my God, like I want the Kool-Aid. It's like, oh, you might be feeling skeptical, because there's many of us that started out like that too. Be skeptical, that's fine, but don't let your skepticisms get in your way. You know, there is so much more to life than simply surviving. So yeah, just reach out, give us a yell, and I think we'll call it a night, ladies, and I'll see a lot of you on team training. Peace out.